$10 bet, it's $69.69.
Oh, you take over? I'll take over.
We'll act like we're gonna win money.
No chance.
Not at all.
No shot.
Right. Welcome back to another episode of the Say It With Your Chest podcast. Whoop.
Oh.
A little choke there. This is episode
20?
2?
I forgot to buy a cake. We hit 50 subscribers. I was gonna buy a cake.
Oh, yes. Woohoo! 50 subscribers, our first milestone. Keep it up. Yeah,
I really said in the last video when we hit it, I'm gonna buy a cake. Hey, John. It's just me and you in your basement.
Whoa. Asshole. God
My
damn,
bad. It's just me and you.
Fucking effect.
It's
Devin.
just me and you in our multi-million-dollar
That is correct.
penthouse suite in New York made
Yes.
just for our podcasting.
Unbelievable. Just ruined the goddamn illusion.
Anyway,
episode 22. You're just rinsing through these things.
Woo!
This is great. Overreactions for the weekend. Monday, football, Eagles, Falcons review.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of stuff that happened this weekend, including a lot of injuries, and I am very, very annoyed about. Okay. So, I mean, where do you want to start, buddy? You want to start with the injuries? Want to just start racking them off? Like, start listing them off? Yeah, we just found out Tua Tagovailoa.
He's on the IR.
So
returning maybe week 8. That's what they have him set at. He shouldn't.
Retirement. They're giving him that time to decide what's going on.
No, yeah,
That's the whole reason he's on IR.
I know Mike McDaniel said he's like I'm gonna persuade him to not retire, but I feel like when someone's had that as many bad concussions as he has in such a short amount of time, like you gotta look at you can't look at football in this situation. You gotta look at his life and his family. Like he can't play.
Yeah.
And also that hit he took on Thursday against Jamal Hamlin, that wasn't even a crazy hit.
No,
and
I don't know.
he still went into I forgot what it was called, but it his hand did the thing. Like if you're getting that bad of concussion on not so bad of a hit, dude, you gotta start thinking your career. You had a great career so far. You made it to the NFL. You led the league in passing.
Oh, that's right. I forgot we didn't do a video on Friday talking about the game.
We didn't.
That's right. Yeah, that was a rough scenario.
Yeah.
It was just a rough situation.
Yeah, he needs to die. It got so quiet at my house when we were watching the game. Wait, did I say he needs to die? Whoa.
Jesus, Kevin. Oh my God.
It's because
a little extreme, don't you
I
think?
was thinking that I was like, oh yeah, he died. And he needs to retire. He doesn't need to die. Also, shout out Arenas Williams, by the way. I forgot to say that in the intro. How you doing? But yeah, me and John were watching the game.
You said Venus Williams, and they're gonna be really confused.
Arenas, DB for the Cardinals in the 80s? No, 90s. I mean,
He played a long time ago.
I think 90s.
Not current.
Yeah. Anyway, we were watching the game at my house with a few of our friends, and we were just talking throughout the game, having a good time. He took that hit. You could hear a pin drop. Like, everyone, jaws on the floor, every single one of us. We just couldn't believe it happened again. Was it the 4th time now?
Yeah,
his 4th bad concussion in 3 years?
Like the 5th or 6th or 7th time at this point in the
Dude,
last
honestly.
3 seasons.
Yeah, I know. It's been such a short amount of time. He's going to be like an Andrew Luck. He's going to retire at like 27.
He's not gonna have a brain left.
I know.
You
You really got to start thinking about like CTE and stuff at this point, because like your head can only take so many hits.
As much as the people in the Dolphins organization and football fans and fantasy owners obviously would like him to come back and play
fantasy owners? No, I already dropped his bum ass.
and see him perform. A lot of the football world, they want him to reconsider his choices. They want him to really sit down with his family and try to make the hard choice of think about your future, think about your kids, your family, what's going on.
Does he have kids yet?
I don't think he has kids, but if you like,
if he wants them, he's got to stop playing football.
It's not all about football. It's obviously the human
Yep.
being. So
Sports are temporary.
right. So we'll see what happens with that going forward. But he is on IR. So Skylar Thompson leading the Dolphins for the next 4 or 5 weeks.
Until Tyler Huntley takes over.
Oh God.
Dude, they kept saying that. They're like,
rough.
oh yeah, we're going to bring in a veteran, blah, blah, blah. Everyone wanted Ryan Tannehill. A great return back to Miami. And then no, they signed Tyler Huntley, who is terrible. honestly, at this point, put Tua back in there before we put Tyler Huntley in there. Like,
well, yeah, duh.
Put concussed Tua back in there.
But at least Tyler Huntley can run. You know, Scott Thompson's not that mobile.
Yeah, Tua wasn't really that mobile either.
No.
We see what happens when he runs.
Tries to be mobile.
Yeah, it was the weakest chest and the weakest head in the NFL. Someone was dying that day.
Some are saying. That's terrible. All right. Well, I mean, for fantasy owners, I mean, Tua's done. You really
5 points.
You gotta find
5.5 points.
Hopefully, you have options.
If you haven't yet, pick up Derek Carr. He's currently ranked QB2.
Definitely, Derek Carr is on most waivers. He's really the only pickup. Unless you really want to go with
Daniel Jones. I mean, the Giants are looking good. He's looked a lot better.
Absolutely not.
Oh, wrong page.
Yeah, let's go with Sam Darnold. I think Sam Darnold might be.
Yeah. You're good idea. Good idea.
Sam Darnold might be. Listen, Daniel Jones, just like honestly the GOAT. You know?
Like with that beard too. Like, come on, man.
Dude, Griff and Hank were talking mad shit about Jalen Hurts last night, right?
Dude, honestly, I woke up to that. I was like, what are they talking about?
Hank went Daniel Jones is at least the 7th best quarterback in the NFC East.
Yeah, and he's 7.
That was debatable.
And he's 7.
And that was debatable.
Yeah.
Dude,
he's not even a top 5 quarterback on our league. He's not even a top 5 quarterback on our team, and we have 3 on the active roster, including him.
That's what I'm saying.
I guarantee you, we have a practice squad guy that's better than him.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, throw me out there. I've never played quarterback a day in my life. I'll do just as well as him. I'll get paid $20 million to underthrow a ball, throw interceptions, and hand it off. I'll do that.
Malik Neighbors 38 targets a game.
Right? He's got to catch a few of them.
Absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, go pick up whoever you can on the waivers. Hopefully you have a backup. I would assume to Tua that you drafted. For receivers and running backs on this team, I think that it's gonna be tough to play anybody other than Tyreek Hill in the receiving game.
Yeah.
Obviously, you stick with Tyreek. He was your first-round pick. He's gonna get the majority of targets, catches.
And that just staying with your first-round pick. Well, even your second-round pick.
Because like this eliminates Jalen Waddle.
No, I know, dude. Waddle's gone. Honestly, even though I do think I have to start him this week.
You have to because you're a bad GM and you're a bad manager.
I'm bad for 1 year. Okay, Bill Belichick wasn't always good. He wasn't. You telling me the Patriots are good his final year?
Yeah, without Brady.
Exactly, he wasn't. Exactly.
Well, we're not a dynasty league. We didn't get to keep our team for like 20 years.
Yeah, well, guess what? I drafted a lot of the same players every year.
Did you this year?
No, actually. But DJ Moore is on my team.
Yeah,
he always finds his way on my team.
We'll talk about that in a minute. Yeah, but this eliminates Jalen Waddle, unfortunately. I mean, Devon Achane looked great. I don't.
Dude,
I didn't
for
see
being
that,
questionable on a bad ankle, bro.
Yeah. I didn't see it. I didn't see no injury.
No.
And we're still late in the fourth quarter. They're down multiple scores, and we're still
giving him the ball.
There.
Yeah.
He touched the ball like over 30 times yesterday. It was crazy.
Yesterday?
Thursday.
And even in the receiving game, he's electric.
No, yeah, he ran the ball 22 times for 96 yards, and then he caught the ball 7 times on 7 targets, again, like he did in week 1, for 69 yards. Dude. So he touched the ball 29 times on Thursday night. He never slowed down either. It was like full speed every single play. And that was with Raheem Mostert was out. Jeff Wilson and Jalen Wright, we talked about that on the Thursday night preview, how we thought those two were going to get a lot of the carries, a lot more involved. They got in there a little bit. Jeff Wilson got hurt by halftime, so it was really just Devon Achane and Jalen Wright, but I guess they didn't really want to see what the rookie could do, even though they were down multiple scores without the starting quarterback. They were like, dude, you got Achane. They just said, no, Achane, get out there. Go do you. Oh. And it was great for fantasy, and I absolutely loved it. Speaking of Achane, I saw this stat. Him and Bryce Young were drafted in the same draft, right? Bryce was the first overall. Achane was 83, I think. Okay. He has more touchdowns than Bryce Young does. Well, one is a running back, and one is a bad quarterback. Though, like your quarterback. One is a starting running back on a good offense. But still, your quarterback's only thrown 12 touchdowns in the NFL. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Devon Achane had 12 touchdowns against the Broncos last year. Yeah, he's at 13 actually. Yeah. Yeah, so I guess that's really it for the Dolphins. It's going to be rough for the next couple of weeks, so just pray to God that
Tannehill comes
Tyreek
back.
does well and Devon Achane does well.
Dude, I'm telling you, they need to sign Ryan Tannehill. I want to see that comeback.
I don't think I think he might start playing for the. He's still on the active roster for the Titans, right? He's still Will
he
Levis
backup?
Oh, I'm pretty sure he is.
Let me look it up.
If he is, he might be starting for the Titans soon. Because
did you see that? The diving backward pass he threw.
He's not happy with Will Levis. He is fired up. I don't know if you saw the press conference yesterday of him just absolutely laying into him.
I saw clips of it.
Yeah, it's rough right now, and the Titans are 0-2. And they're making a lot of offensive mistakes, even though Will Levis had one of the greatest throws I've ever seen to Calvin Ridley, that he scored double coverage against Sauce Gardner yesterday.
Oh, no, that was insane.
That was a great pass and catch.
If you look up Tennessee's depth chart, it goes Will Levis, Mason Rudolph, and that's it.
I don't know where Tannehill is. He might just be a free agent right now.
I feel like he is.
Just look up where he is.
Let's see.
In other news, reunion time. Chiefs are signing their former running back Kareem Hunt to their practice squad. It's all coming back full circle after Kareem Hunt kicked his.
He's on the Titans.
Girlfriend in the head.
Oh no. He's standout remains unsigned. He's a free agent.
Free agent. After Kareem Hunt, kicked his girlfriend in the head in that hotel hallway, a couple years ago, and then was signed to the Browns, and then he had a stint on the Browns where he had a season or two where he was doing okay, scoring a lot of touchdowns. Now he's just kind of been meh.
Then where did he go? He went to Vikings?
No, he's on the Browns.
No.
I'm silly.
I think he went somewhere else.
He was a free agent. I don't think he was on a team. But he's on the Chiefs practice squad now. After that crazy 2017 rookie year he had with them, with Alex Smith and the gang. Where he finished as a top fantasy running back. Isaiah Pacheco, unfortunately, goes down to injury. He is now going to be on the IR. Going to be out for at least the next 6 weeks due to surgery. So their options there are
Kareem Hunt and Clyde
Samaje Perine and Carson Steele, the rookie, are really the two options there. Clyde Edwards is the third or fourth on the depth chart.
He had a good rookie year and then nothing else.
All right, rookie year. I mean, the Chiefs had a great team. He was really he didn't have to do much.
That was the year they lost the Super Bowl.
Year. So that sucks for Isaiah Pacheco owners. You're going to be without your starting running back for the next 6 weeks. It's going to be a committee. If you want to take your shots, Samaje Perine was really the guy that they signed before the season to come in on third down. Justice Hill on the Ravens on third down. Carson Steele looks more like a fullback in my opinion. He's coming in on that 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, goal line runs. He's not really the option you want fantasy wise.
It could work out on the goal line.
It's gonna be like a Jerome Bettis sort of thing. He's gonna have no yards, no catches, but he's gonna have
4 touchdowns.
3 touchdowns. Yeah, 4 touchdowns.
Honestly though, that's a good week in fantasy. You have 10 rushes for.
Yeah, but you're banking on him scoring multiple touchdowns in a game.
But if you're getting the ball within the 5 every time, there's chances, bro.
Well, we'll see what Kareem Hunt looks like. I'm gonna try to pick him up in Dynasty. I know that for sure.
Oh no.
What?
I'm thinking. Actually,
You're thinking?
I'm not thinking, bro. Because I have Swift still on my team.
Oh.
I'm going to drop Swift and pick up Hunt. Because honestly, you can't get worse than Swift this season.
Moving on to other injury news, the 49ers. Obviously, you saw Christian McCaffrey went to IR, so he is out for the next 4 weeks. 3 weeks now because they counted the Minnesota game being the first game. We lost Deebo Samuel for the next couple weeks, which freaking sucks.
You called it, too.
I know. I was literally saying how Deebo looked great the first 2 weeks of the season. Getting the ball a lot with McCaffrey being out.
He's still a free agent on here.
And then I said how Deebo Samuel has been very injury prone the last couple of seasons. You're always going to get that random injury he has. He tweaks his hamstring, something goes on, he's out.
Rolls his ankle,
And that's exactly what happened. He hurt his hamstring, and now he's out for the next 3 or 4 weeks.
Which is
But he's not on the IR, which is annoying me because I would like to know how long he's actually going to be out. Is he going to be out 1 week and be good to go the following week, or is he going to be out 6 weeks?
Yeah.
Just put him there's no definitive clear answer there. But with Deebo down, and no McCaffrey, look for Jordan Mason to get an even heavier workload, all right? And Brandon Ayuk to get an even heavier workload through the air. I mean, now if you got Brandon Ayuk,
Debo
Kittle,
has kind of been taking his heavy workload away from him. So it's Ayuk.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, so it's good to go back to how it was last season.
Brandon Ayuk, well, now... this is gonna really test how Brock Purdy now plays. For all you Brock Purdy haters out there, this is gonna test going forward because we're gonna be out McCaffrey and Debo a couple weeks now. So it's just Ayuk, it's Kittle in the passing game. At this point now, this is where I'm gonna tell you, Jawan Jennings is like a decent flex play in fantasy now because he is now the second receiving option in that lineup. What was I just about to say? Yeah, I mean Jordan Mason in the run game is going to be insane. I mean he's gonna have to really take on a big Christian McCaffrey role through the air. Mm-hmm. He's gonna have to get a lot of targets and receptions through the air if they want to move this offense. I feel bad for Brandon Ayuk now because he is going to the entire defense is going to be guarding him, and he's not gonna. I would like for him to really. Come out and do well, and I haven't really seen that the last 2 weeks since signing the contract. I'm blanking on the guy's name. Who's the one that got shot? Ricky. Ricky.
Why
am I blanking
Do you know
on
that
his
movie
name?
reference?
Ricky Pearsall. Ricky Pearsall, the rookie receiver for the Niners, is also going to take on a big role now in this offense. Due to Debo and McCaffrey
Is he
being
playing
out.
yet? He wasn't playing last week.
He didn't play against. He didn't play against the Jets. Did he play yesterday?
I don't think so.
He did not play yesterday.
Bro, why do you keep saying yesterday?
I don't know.
Having Sunday.
Well, because we usually do this on Monday, so
yeah,
it's a little.
We missed Monday. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, it's all right. He's back to working out. This was 4 days ago. Oh, my bad. Oh, they put him on the IR. I didn't even realize that. Whoops.
Don't pick him up.
Never mind.
Not a good move.
When did they do that?
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh.
I just know I saw a video of pregame warm-ups and he was like in street clothes.
Yeah, my bad. Oh, no, he's aiming for week 5. Okay, so never mind. Ricky Pearsall is not an option.
Dude,
right
that's
now.
crazy. He just got shot.
He did get shot, but I would say, Jawan Jennings though, like he would be your next option. Brandon Ayuk, Kittle, Jordan Mason on most rosters. Jawan Jennings, you could potentially get him off of most waivers in many leagues. So I would say that's definitely a good option to get to, since Brandon Ayuk will be double covered most games. So we'll see what happens with that. And I hope that Debo comes back soon enough if they're not putting him on the IR. If they're not putting him on the IR, I expect 2 to 3 weeks and he'll be back. With McCaffrey, it's going to be the same thing. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. And then the injuries just keep going. Eagles wide receiver A.J. Brown told ESPN that he will miss also the next couple weeks with a hamstring injury that he suffered on Friday.
I thought he said he wasn't trying to miss next couple weeks. I thought he was just trying to miss this game.
No, like he came out like they got hurt. He got hurt Friday.
Yeah.
And was out this week. Then he told people that he's going to be out the next couple weeks.
Oh,
he said it from his own mouth.
Oh, okay. I thought it was he got injured and then was like, I'm not planning on missing multiple weeks.
No, he told people I'm out the next couple weeks,
gotcha.
Which sucks. Absolutely sucks. Because the Eagles looked, Dude,
they lost to the Falcons.
I don't want to say it's bad. Well, all right. I also don't want to say
Falcons
that because the Falcons are a decent team.
But still, like that was a game they should have won. They were up late.
Game. That was a weird game.
I unfortunately did not watch. I was sleeping.
It was very defensive in the first half. It was an ugly first half. Mm-hmm. The Eagles and the Falcons could not necessarily move the ball that well. Second half comes around. Hurts. I don't really know what to make of it. Hurts was running a lot yesterday. Okay. Mm-hmm. Him and Saquon looked great. Okay. Devonta
Except
Smith,
for Saquon's Butterfingers late in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they really cost him that game. That's exactly what happened.
He said he let his team down. Damn right you did.
Yeah.
You let your city down when you left the Giants, and you let your team down.
They definitely looked like they were missing A.J. Brown. They definitely looked like they were missing the deep ball. They were looking for the wide open Devonta Smith in to break up the zone play.
They were missing their star receiver.
Dallas Goedert was really not part of the offense at all much.
That seems to be like a trend, though, over the last 2 years.
Yeah.
He's kind of been digressing because it was either 2 or 3 seasons ago, he was great. And then since then, just, like, he's barely getting any receptions. He's barely getting any yards, no touchdowns. Like, got it, honestly, he's a guy I stay away from when it comes to fantasy now. He used to be the tight end I wanted to get, but now I don't even want him on my bench. He's not giving me any points.
No, I know. He's not good. He's really not good. He had like 4 or 5 points in fantasy yesterday. It's terrible. Devonta Smith, 7 catches, 76 yards, and a touchdown on 10 targets was great. Obviously, with A.J. Brown not being there. But that's also a typical stat line when A.J. Brown is in the lineup, besides a touchdown, because A.J. Brown's usually the touchdown scorer for this team.
Yeah.
Saquon had a bad drop at the end of the game. That forced the Falcons to kick a field goal. The Eagles to kick a field goal, and then Falcons to get right back on the field, go all the way down the field. I can't even believe, honestly, what I was seeing. There was no pressure. There was pressure on Kirk Cousins the whole night, okay? The last drive of the game, no pressure on Kirk, was making the easiest throws of the night, and then they get down to the red zone, and it's a touchdown to Drake London in the end zone on the right side pylon.
That was a great route, too.
I can't believe it. I didn't even know what I was watching, seriously. And then they come back on the field, and it looks like the Eagles are moving down the field pretty nicely, and that they're going to get in field goal range for Jake Elliott, and then they're going to win the game off of a game-winning field goal. And then Jalen Hurts is getting rushed in the pocket. Pocket collapses. He heaves it up. Jesse Bates comes out of nowhere. Interception. Game over. We're leaving Philly with a dub. It was a very strange game. There was a lot of back and forth. I mean, Bijan looked good on the Falcons side. 14 carries, 97 yards on the ground. 4 catches for 25 yards on 5 targets, but was not able to get in the end zone 2 weeks in a row. Kyle Pitts was also not very involved in the offense, but I will say the Falcons' offense wasn't that great in the first half, and they really didn't get going to the second half.
He did pretty well on the 2-minute drive.
Yeah. Falcons were running the ball very well. Between Algier and Bijan, they were over 130 yards on the ground, which is great. I know we called that in the podcast, in the TikTok that we did yesterday.
Also, talking about that TikTok with the parlay, my bad. I didn't realize you can't put kicker props in a parlay. So if you went to do that, you couldn't put that leg in. That's on my bad. And also, I now know his name isn't Yun-Ho Koo, even though that's how it's spelled. It's, what is it?
Just inconsiderate to the Asian culture.
Whoa, no, we're not putting that out there. I love Asians.
I love Asians. They're great.
Yeah, my bad. Yun-Wei Koo, if you're watching this, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Come on the pod. We'd love to have you.
Absolutely. You can talk trash to him as much as you want.
I'll take it. I don't care. You could yell at me. You could kick me. Hopefully not that, because you're kind of good at kicking, so I feel like that would hurt.
Yeah, that was a bad... Why'd you say that? You can kick me. But you seen this man kick field goals?
Yeah.
There's a lot of power behind those kicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's Patriots, Yun-Wei Koo that got cut.
Okay.
Chargers, wherever.
Yeah, Chargers. Yeah.
I think he was on the Patriots. I think he was on the Patriots too. I think he was like off season with them.
But yeah, A.J. Brown out for the next couple weeks. Sucks for fantasy. Obviously Devonta Smith.
Sucks for the Eagles.
Devonta Smith looked good. But receiver wise, I mean, is this how you say his name? Is that Britton Covey? I know. I just heard Covey like the entire night because in the first half it was him and a tight end, and I actually don't remember his name.
I knew who he was. I didn't know his first name was
Britton Covey. Yeah, I guess. I mean, he was getting a lot of targets in the first half in yesterday's game. He was really. It looked like he was.
Not? He plays the game right.
It looked right. I mean, just what a go. He had 6 receptions on 6 targets yesterday, only for 23 yards. Not that great.
Wow.
But going forward with A.J. Brown not in the lineup, he's a good flex play.
Yeah.
Covey, if you're looking for the deep threat, Devonta Smith.
Isn't he the punt returner?
Covey?
Yeah. Well, am I thinking of someone else?
He's wide receiver 2 for the Eagles right now. So
shout out Covey.
What a goat.
There is one upside to A.J. Brown being out. Like we were saying, it's bad for the Eagles, it's bad for fantasy, it's bad for this, it's bad for that. But it is great for the NFC East, baby. We got to take down them Eagles. And by us, I mean Cowboys. They got to take down those Eagles because the Commanders and the Giants sure as hell are not doing it. With or without A.J. Brown. We're not taking them down. But the Cowboys, though, I'm counting on you. You damn boys.
I'm counting on you. You damn boys. I am trying to find...
What you trying to find, John?
Grant... Oh, God. Oh, Grant Calcaterra was the Eagles tight end that was catching a lot of passes in the first half yesterday. That was the offense. It was Jalen throwing to all the white men in seriously, in Philly.
What's wrong with white men? They can't play
nothing.
football?
It's just I don't usually see any of them catching passes from Jalen Hurts except for Dallas Goedert.
Yeah.
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 Trying to think of the guys. I mean, he wasn't throwing to Cooper DeJean, although Cooper DeJean was in the lineup yesterday in the second half because Maddox got hurt.
Wait, so why would he be throwing to Cooper DeJean?
Because he's white. I'm just trying to make like a connection because there's not that many white.
John,
there's not that many white people.
He plays defense on the same team as Jalen Hurts. Why would he be throwing to him?
Shit.
Why would he be throwing to him, John?
Because he's white. That was the thing I was trying to make.
But logically, it doesn't make sense.
Why not? You can play receiver for the
He ain't
Eagles.
Deion. He ain't primetime, baby.
Wow. That's racist, first of all,
How?
and disrespectful.
How? What other corner besides Deion has played both?
Why are you saying he can't? Why are you saying you're not giving him a chance?
He ain't that fast.
Wow.
He ain't got that primetime speed.
You heard it here first. Kevin hates white people. It's a damn shame. Moving on. Yeah, Eagles looked mad yesterday. Falcons, I guess, looked great. I don't know. I kind of want to just throw that game out and we need A.J. Brown back, seriously. And the Niners are screwed without Debo and CMC.
But that Niners
being out. Yeah.
Not with both of them, but with Debo losing to the Vikings?
Oh, yeah. You want to talk about that? How you thought that the Niners were going to rinse them?
I am sorry, Vikings Nation.
You owe the Vikings and Sam Darnold an apology right now.
Dude.
Because you said the Vikings were going to win 28-7.
Sam Darnold went from seeing ghosts in New York to seeing angels in Minnesota. Like, that is... Dude, Justin Jefferson, what was it, 97, 96?
97
yard touchdown. I mean, then he did get injured. He did get injured, which we
were going to talk about now.
I don't think he returned.
No, but I don't think he returned, but he's not missing time. He's currently day-to-day, and it's a bone bruise or a thigh bruise, and we're looking...
Contusion?
But it's day-to-day, and he looks like he is going to play going forward. He's not going to miss time, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
Good. One of the big known superstars of the league, and for fantasy is not going to miss time. Mm-hmm. So if you don't have A.J. Brown in fantasy,
that's going to be painful to play on, though.
Like I do, and Deebo Samuel, like I do. Justin Jefferson is playing, which is great.
Nice.
So he should be back in the lineup next week. In Minnesota, who do they play next week?
Their whole team looked good. Even their defense, they gave Purdy no time to throw. Mm-hmm. And they were locking up.
Brian Flores is a good
D coordinator,
defensive coordinator. He really is.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I was watching Red Zone, and I missed the first half of the first quarter, and I didn't see the very end of the game. Mm-hmm. But I'm watching it, and I'm like, no way, this can't be happening. It's the Niners versus the Vikings, the injured Vikings. Mm-hmm. I was texting one of my friends who's a 49ers fan. I was like, what are you guys doing? She said it's her fault because after they won, she washed her 49ers shirt. So she washed all the good luck out of it.
Yeah, so how that works.
So, yep, Morgan, you're the reason the 49ers suck now. Congratulations. You brought your whole city to the ground because you did laundry.
You played yourself. Yeah, I mean, Brock Purdy, 28 of 36 for over 300 passing yards, but only one passing touchdown and an interception.
Not good.
It was. I mean, he was. Debo looked great. Kittle looked great. The line really wasn't holding up much. The Niners offense, though. I mean, the Niners defense was really the problem. I mean, they were letting up a lot to the Vikings. The Vikings were really getting anything they wanted on the run game, pass game. Sam Darnold, man. Yeah.
Dude, he might be the answer in
He might be
Minnesota.
the GOAT. I'm not going to lie.
And people said JJ should have played. Man, fuck Addy.
He might be the GOAT. No, I mean, Sam Darnold was 17 of 26, 2 passing touchdowns, 268 yards, did throw a pick. But he also ran the ball 5 of 32 on the ground. Sam Darnold? What are we doing? He was QB4 on the week.
Wow.
Damn. Sam Darnold's
he might be a sleeper pick in fantasy
God.
if you guys haven't picked him off waivers already.
Yeah, this is
I wonder if he's
but Jordan Addison's been out. He's looking on track to potentially get back this week and play.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, for you Justin Jefferson owners, take a deep breath.
Take a deep breath.
If anything, worst case scenario, he will be potentially out this game against Houston.
Should I claim Tom Brady? He's healthy.
Yeah, you definitely should. He might come back and play for Miami.
Maybe.
Justin Jefferson potentially, worst case scenario, will sit out this week, but he will be back again for week 4 and forward. But it does look like he will play this week, so that's all right. More injury news. We're just gonna keep going.
News.
Cooper Kupp got hurt yesterday. Expected to miss an extended period of time and is a candidate for injured reserve. I have not seen anything about him going on the injured reserve yet.
Does this mean I won the bet?
But what?
Does this mean I won the bet?
I think our bet's just scrapped, bro.
Dude, he finished better than Puka did this year.
But Puka will, at this point, will come back before Cooper Kupp. So you want to keep going? Because what happens when Puka comes back? It goes like 10 of 150.
But what if Cooper doesn't come back?
Then I win.
But if he doesn't come back, it should be voided. It's like DraftKings, bro.
I just said to you, the bet should just be voided completely. We're 2 weeks into the season and both our receivers are done.
Well, I don't get anything if I win.
Neither do I. What do I get?
You get to watch me jump into the ocean in February.
I'm giving you the out right now, and you're cutting me off saying, no, fuck that. Cooper Kupp's going to come back and dominate. I'm giving you the out now.
Fine, I'll take the out.
All right, then.
I never said, fuck no, Cooper Kupp's going to come back and dominate. Those words never came out of my mouth until right now.
You said it. Got him.
Ladies and gentlemen,
we got him.
him.
But yeah, he's out for the next couple weeks. The Rams fell apart completely yesterday. Okay, we got to talk about this absolute shellacking that the Cardinals put on the Rams yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I know everybody was on the Rams yesterday, even though the Cardinals were favored at home by a point. Okay, Sean McVay has owned Arizona since he's been the head coach for the Rams. Okay. It just felt different yesterday. Obviously, I put money on the Cardinals yesterday because I just feel I was like, this just has to work out. We're week 2 in the season. It's early enough. Kyler Murray, Marvin Harrison, they're going to come out and they're dominate. James Conner's going to run the football well.
I mean, Marvin Harrison did kind of dominate.
If you were worried
in the first
about
quarter.
Marvin Harrison in game 1 with the 1 catch for 4 yards against the Bills, I hope to God you kept him in the lineup this week because 4 catches for over 130 yards and 2 touchdowns in the first quarter.
See, the only thing I'm scared about is after that he didn't really do much.
No. But you won your lineup. You won your week with him already in the first quarter. He put up 30 in the first week, which is more than people put up in the last 2 weeks of football. Yeah. I got Terry McLaurin. He can't even get to freaking 10 points. Seriously. I mean, I got Terry, and he's got like 11 points through 2 weeks. And Marvin Harrison put up 30 in the first freaking quarter. Cardinals look good, man. But I'm not going to sit here and act surprised with it. I mean, a healthy Kyler Murray with a generational talent at wide receiver, and James Conner could run the football well, and Trey McBride.
I was about to say,
dog.
Shout out Trey McBride, because even though I lost in fantasy, he made me have a chance because I was going up against Kyle had James Conner, right? Conner fumbles the ball into the end zone, and Trey McBride picks it up. I was losing my mind. Even though I still lost, he made it interesting. So thank you, Trey McBride.
Yeah. Dude, and the problems with the Cardinals has been defense.
I know.
They don't have a defense. They don't have a pass rush.
They have nobody.
They don't have anybody in the secondary besides Budda Baker. And they were getting after Stafford yesterday. Yeah. They were getting after Stafford. They were dropping him left and right. Kyron, bad day yesterday. Thank God he had the garbage time touchdown, because if he didn't have a touchdown, it was going to be a rough day for him. Puka's on the lineup.
What did he finish with?
Cooper Kupp got hurt. I got to find him now.
He's on where's his team?
All right, I'll go to that then. But you can keep adding stuff if you got stuff.
I mean, I didn't really watch much of that game.
God damn it, Kevin.
I was at the movies, okay? I was on a
Who
date.
goes to the movies on a Sunday?
I was on a date.
12 for 25 on the ground. That is awful.
Wait, what? How many points did he finish with?
15. But that's because he was 4.
I just want to say, Singletary was in that trade that I made for Williams.
Yeah.
Singletary finished with 14.4. That's a win.
I mean, we'll see what happens.
That's a win.
Going forward. You might have dodged a bullet there. I'm not going to lie, because going forward, without Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua in the lineup, you would think Kyron's going to get a majority of the workload. But then again, you know, what is Sean McVay really going to do? I mean, Sean McVay is creative and knows how to do things. So Kyron, you know, we'll see what happens. They're going to know what they're going to be running, you know?
And everyone's been talking crap about
your team still sucks, so
yeah,
let's not do a victory lap just yet, all right?
I'm telling you right now, if he finishes outside of the top 10 in running backs this year, I'll do a backflip on camera.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He's currently 17th.
It will be a backflip into your pool, but it will be a backflip on camera.
Well, I had him as the second ranked running back coming into the season.
Yeah. And he wasn't even on my. If he's not even on, he wasn't even on my top 10. If he finishes out of the top 10,
yeah, I don't even remember who was on your top 10.
You and Dylan are going to get the biggest "I told you so" ever.
But then again, like I wasn't expecting Cooper Kupp and Puka to get hurt week 2, you know, and be out. So
yeah,
that wasn't in my analysis for the.
You should have known,
season.
John.
Joe Mixon is ranked 11th right now. He's just outside the top 10, and I didn't even have him at all.
I don't think I had him at all either.
Kamara obviously is probably running back 1.
Yeah, going crazy this season.
Well, yeah, we didn't have him at all in anything.
Well, I mean, he didn't perform as well last year.
Jonathan Taylor's at fucking 21. This sucks. Brees Hall's at 4, and Devon Achane's at 2.
Okay, what's
Because I had Brees at 3, so this is great.
What's his name? What's Bijan at?
34. That is terrible.
What?
He's at back-to-back 16 points. Nothing like that crazy. Saquon's at 13. Who's having it's because of Kamara. Kamara is destroying the running back market.
He's just so far ahead.
Kamara and Achane are destroying the running back market. Seriously.
Dude, it's like Kamara and Achane, and then everybody else.
Because Kamara has 66 points already through 2 weeks. All right, and we thought Saquon was going to be that guy because he had 33 week 1, but then he had 17 yesterday.
Kamara, Offensive Player of the Year.
At this point, I mean, yeah. And James Cook.
He's been cooking.
He's 5th right now.
3 touchdowns in the first half on Thursday.
Yep.
Dude, he scored basically every point for the Bills on Thursday. Like, it was like he scored 3 times in the first half, and then no one else scored.
No, he did, because Josh Allen did not have a great day.
Yeah, no, he didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, because the second half of that game was terrible. We should have mentioned that before.
What?
That the second half of the Dolphins-Bills game?
Nothing.
Nothing. The under hit. Nobody scored after halftime.
I don't even know what points were scored in the second. I think there was a field goal potentially scored in the second half. I know there was a field goal blocked or missed by Tyler Bass.
I don't even think.
But Josh Allen was bad. 139 yards and a touchdown through the air. Didn't run the ball at all because apparently we did the TikTok right about the parlay, and I took Josh Allen's over in rushing yards. Then a tweet comes out right after we post that TikTok saying how the coaches don't want Josh Allen running the football that much.
But then Josh Allen did say, he's like, I'm going to do what I need to do.
I got to make a play.
He's going to put the team on his back like he's Greg Jennings.
But then they forgot that they have James Cook in the backfield, and he had 3 touchdowns, and it wasn't,
Dude, James Cook looked amazing.
Yeah, he did. James Cook. I mean, we knew he was going to do well. We knew he was going to do well.
Waiting for it. I mean, he did well last year, but he's going to do way better this year.
But what I find also crazy is that he didn't get in the end zone last week, right? But
then he got in 3 times. He
got in 3 times this week. He had 2 rushing touchdowns all year last year, which I did not know that.
Were the others? Well, he had 4 touchdowns total. It was 2 receiving, 2 rushing.
Bad. I don't know where I was last year. I thought he did much better than that. He had 2 rushing touchdowns.
He didn't even have that many yards. He had just over 1,000.
It must have been through the air then. Maybe he's doing well. But he has 2 rushing touchdowns already in week 2. So I look for him to beat that. Wait,
one of his touchdowns was the receiving?
He had 1 receiving.
He had receiving on Thursday?
Yeah. That was his 3 total.
Why don't I?
I think his first touchdown was a receiving by Josh Allen. That was his 1 passing touchdown that he had to him.
Actually, yes. I think you're right. Game. Yeah, dude, it is.
Hold on. All right, we got to really get through this. We're going long. There's still more injury stuff. I mean, Amon-Ra was hurt. He was just falling. It got to the point. He got to the sideline and just fell down. He was so tired and so hurt. He had a contusion. He was cramping. He was just not having a good day. But he will play next week. He's not out for any reason. You know what
he needs? He needs banana because monkeys don't crop.
Monkeys never crop. I love that TikTok. Yeah, so I'm just gonna kind of speed run the rest of these. Amon-Ra, look, obviously was in fucking shambles on Sunday. Still had over 100 yards, and the Lions lost. They're kind of a mess.
And he's the offensive player of the year. Yeah. So back to the Lions game. I know you're talking Amon-Ra. He had a great game. Lions did not. Their offense looked abysmal, but their defense, mainly Aiden Hutchinson, looked great.
Hutchinson looked
great. Dude, first quarter, 3 sacks. Are you kidding me? Mm-hmm. I know the franchise record was 5.
He had 5 yesterday.
Oh, so he tied it. Because the franchise record's 5. Or was it 5.5?
6.
Oh, it's 6?
Yeah, he had 5 yesterday for the game.
Okay, but still, that was insane.
Yeah, Aiden Hutchinson
I tuned in the red zone and I saw him get a sack. I'm like, okay, cool. You know, Aiden Hutchinson getting a sack, and they're like, that's his 3rd sack. And I looked at the time and I'm like, it's not even second quarter.
No, yeah, he had 3 sacks
what is he doing?
First half, but he had 5 by the end of the game.
Dude, he was lights out.
No, it's great.
He was killing the quarterback.
No, Aiden Hutchinson is him and TJ Watt are currently like the lead for defensive player of the year, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the Lions. Bucks look just great though. Mm-hmm. They really do. Baker looks so competent. He looks so confident in the pocket.
Dude, Baker's back, baby.
He was running the ball well. He ran it in for a touchdown. Rachaad White did not look great and also got hurt. But he looks to play next week.
Poor Rachaad White.
There were so many injuries. There were so many upsets and there were so many injuries this week. It was just a rough week too, really. And I'm not done with the injuries. I mean, I'm still going here. Joe Mixon rolled his ankle on Sunday Night Football with the hip drop tackle, and they literally said that they banned the hip drop tackle, and if you do it, you're getting a penalty.
Well, they were saying it's hard to call. The refs even said to the NFL before the season, they're like, it's hard to call that live.
Then I don't know why we're banning it then if the ref can't call it.
They're like, we can't really call it unless we look at a replay.
So
because they're going so fast, you can't tell what kind of tackle they're doing. I think that was a dumb rule change.
Yeah, we're gonna come out. We're gonna ban this tackle that is hurting too many players. You're gonna get a fine. You're gonna get a penalty, and you're gonna get banned if you do it too many times.
But you can't tell.
We can't call it on the field.
Yeah, we can't tell when you do it in the game.
Still not understanding. Thank you, NFL.
So basically, tackle however you want. You'll be okay.
So Joe Mixon rolled his ankle, was out for a good amount of time, but then tried to come back in the game, didn't work out.
I was going to say, didn't he return?
He returned, but now it looks to when you do that on an ankle injury, you come back and now it swells up and you try to run, and now he's potentially going to be out for the next week or two, which fucking sucks.
Dude, just tape it, take some Advil, you're fine.
Down the drain. I'm so annoyed. And this sucks. I got 2 teams that are 2-0, and then I got my dynasty team that I'm 0-2, and I'm losing by 2 to 5 points, and it fucking blows.
It's the first year. You were saying you weren't trying to win this year.
I wasn't, but then I realized my team is actually better than more than half the league, and I'm annoyed that I'm losing by 5 points every week, and it's bullshit.
All right.
And now I lose Joe Mixon.
Yeah.
So that's great. Cool. Any other injury news? Yeah, T. Higgins. I don't know. He might come back next week. I don't know. I really need him to because I'm losing everybody. So I really need him to play. Keenan Allen, he didn't play. Rome Odunze did play on Sunday. I didn't expect that. We told you it was going to be the opposite. We said Keenan was going to play. Rome Odunze was going to be out. Opposite. Keenan didn't play. Rome Odunze was in. Then again, the Bears offense looked abysmal. Really bad.
Dude.
Defense just looked bad.
Looked amazing. The Bears defense
is back.
Dude, crazy QB pressures. Stroud couldn't really do much. The whole game.
And the offense, and him and Nico Collins and Joe
they had
Mixon
a good first half.
First half, right.
Yeah. Second half, nothing.
We had a field goal in the second half. They were held to less than 100 yards on total offense, which is bad. for Houston, but great for the Bears. But it also sucks for the Bears because Caleb,
dude,
as a rookie, is doing rookie things.
This is what I took from that game. I have the notes right here on my laptop.
Let me hear the notes.
Talk
to me.
So this was in the first half. I wrote this at halftime. Caleb looks a lot better than he did in week 1. He was very calm in the pocket. He was
able to escape the pocket very well.
Yeah, his elusiveness in the pocket, insane. Great pocket presence. And then, you went to halftime, took a little break, maybe had some orange slices, came out for the second half. Yo, what the fuck was he doing? He was still avoiding sacks, but even when he avoided the sack, he was holding on to the ball too much. He didn't know what to do with it after he got out of the sack. Mm-hmm. He just kind of chucked it up. He threw 2 interceptions. Dude, what are you doing? Right, went from actually showing some life. You started off the game 6 for 6, and then second half, nothing. You look like you were playing. You should be at the Pee Wee level playing against NFL guys.
I don't want to put it all on Caleb because he is still a rookie. It's his second career game in the NFL.
Dude, no rookie quarterbacks have thrown a touchdown yet. Out of the 6 that were drafted in the first round, 0 have thrown a touchdown.
Well, Drake May is not playing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, J.J. McCarthy's not playing. Jane Daniels is running it in.
He's running it in. He's not throwing it.
They
haven't thrown it, though.
Caleb also.
They don't get paid to run. They get paid to throw.
Well, I think Jane Daniels will get paid to run.
He probably will. But besides him, no one.
Yeah,
no one else is getting paid to run.
It's not great. And this is, I don't know. We might have put too much hype on the Bears offense because Caleb was coming into a great situation and we thought it was going to be good. But I can't. I'm not going to put it all on Caleb because obviously he's a rookie and obviously he was doing bad things. And DJ Moore looked frustrated yesterday.
Did you know where he was? Because I swear he wasn't playing in that game.
Who?
DJ Moore.
Well, DJ Moore caught a good amount of passes. He was targeted heavily yesterday, but the
fantasy-wise, he did nothing. It's like he didn't even play.
Well, he put up 12 points.
Yeah, I needed him to put up 18.
Brother, man, he would have had that if Caleb was actually able to get him the ball on some of these targets.
Nah, DJ Moore was nowhere in that game.
Shit, this offensive line is awful.
Terrible.
It's not all on Caleb because every time Caleb went to drop back, he was getting sacked. There was multiple Houston Texans in the backfield. It shows
on the run, too, because Swift is currently averaging what you say?
I wonder why Caleb looked so good being so elusive in the pocket yesterday is because he had no choice because the offensive line was not blocking for him. I also hate Shane Waldron, the offensive coordinator for this team, is not the answer. And we're 2 weeks in and he's already not the answer. Okay? We need to... There is no running the football. There is no establishing of the run in the last 2 weeks. DeAndre Swift,
was
even though he's fast...
4 yards... Not 4 yards a carry, 0.4 yards?
0.4 yards a carry?
Yeah.
Probably. Swift got the ball 14 times on the ground. And actually, hold on. Let me bring this up here.
I don't even think he got 20 yards.
Fantasy, and I had to bench him because I couldn't deal with it.
You can't even trade him. He's doing so bad.
14 attempts on the ground, which pretty good for a running back.
Yeah.
I'm all right with that.
How many yards?
18 yards.
18. That's terrible.
That is awful.
It's abysmal.
He was 4 for 24 through the air yesterday, though, on 5 targets.
Not bad.
Which is
6 yards catch.
This is not good, okay? When you can't establish the run, you can't open up the playbook on offense through the passing game. You can't break out play action. You can't do a lot of things that you want to do as an offense when you can't establish the run, okay? Plus, when the offensive line can't block for the quarterback, and also it looks like they don't want to block for DeAndre Swift at all. He gets the ball, and they're just letting everybody in because they're not getting the ball running. We got to stop with these screen passes. Yes, I understand Keenan Allen was not in the offense yesterday, and they were clearly missing him because DJ Moore can only get targeted so heavy, but they were playing a very good secondary with the Houston Texans because Caleb Williams threw 3 interceptions yesterday, and it sucked. And Rome Odunze is clearly not built enough yet in this offense and as a rookie with a rookie quarterback enough to handle being the wide receiver 2 in this offense.
I mean, he showed flashes, though. He definitely shows flashes.
He showed flashes, but I think he had 1 catch yesterday in the game, which
I think he had more than 1.
Let me see. You got anything you want to add to that game?
Yeah, so probably the most important news of that game. Another injury.
2 for 33.
2 for 33, okay. Anyway, another injury report from that game. One of the chain holder guys, he tripped over the yard marker and hit his head on the ground. May or may not have a concussion. Might be on the IR for the rest of the season. We hope for a speedy recovery because the Bears are really nothing without him.
That's really the worst injury of the weekend.
Yeah.
Somebody collapsed on the Ravens sideline too, and had to be taken out by an ambulance. It was rough.
Yeah.
I think that happened yesterday. I think he was taken out by an ambulance. But yeah, he collapsed on the Ravens sidelines. They had to stop the game for a little bit.
Damn.
Yeah, that sucked too. I don't know what the hell was going on Sunday, but that was really bad. Really bad injuries. I hope to God that T. Higgins plays on Monday because I need him more than ever.
I hope to God people stop getting injured,
last, before we get into some of these matchups and some of these big
the games that didn't have injuries in them.
Yeah, and some of the crazy, road dogs winning big. We need some just sad violin music for this one.
Play tiny violin.
Panthers benched Bryce Young for Andy Dalton.
You want to get the jersey?
The Red Rocket. There? No, we're just gonna leave it over there. We don't need to bring him into this. We're the Red Rifle, the Red Rocket. Mr. Andy Dalton himself will be playing.
He's back, baby.
Starting quarterback for the Carolina Panthers. Dave Canales came out and said, Bryce is a quarterback, but he's already worried.
He is a quarterback.
He's already worried. We're losing the season very fast. We are scoring no points on offense. We can't even stop the fucking wind at this point, or a cold. Every team is just getting everything they wanted us to run, the pass. Defense is, shutting us out. Bryce is missing every throw possible. And I just don't know what to take of this situation, because now it's like we put him in, and it's like, are we trying to win games at this point? Because we have no talent on the team, offense and defense. We lose our only defensive piece on the defense side, in Derek Brown. He's out for the year. Offense, there's not many things to go off of.
I mean, I think they want Bryce Young to actually to learn from a veteran QB, because he started right away, right?
Yes, but if Andy Dalton comes out and wins like 2, 3, 4 games, I mean, that takes us out of the number 1 overall pick next year, and that's what I want. Yeah. I want that pick.
You want to go?
I want another quarterback or something. I want something. Maybe not 0-17, but like 2 wins max. Seriously,
he could give you 2 wins.
We are already off to a bad start. This does not look like a team that is good to win the division, go and make a playoff run.
And you said you thought they could.
Because we're in a bad division, but I guess not, because the Saints and Bucks are currently MVP favorites, and Derek Carr and Baker Mayfield are leading these teams.
Yes, sir.
So it's not only me, but everyone else who also said the NFC South was bad. You can all suck a dick, okay? Because they look fucking phenomenal. They look great. People are picking the Saints and the Bucks to win the NFC as a whole, not even just a division. We got fucking people on ESPN that are getting paid millions of dollars to say that the NFC favorites are the Saints, the NFC favorites are the South, are the Bucks. So I don't want to hear shit. And then the Falcons just went into Philly yesterday and beat them. That's all I got for you, man.
Wow, you went from like so high to just.
Yeah, man, it just sucks. It sucks. But yeah, Panthers. Yeah, it's rough. We need to fire David Tepper immediately.
You need to fire basically everyone.
We need to fire everybody in the upper
management. Fire everyone, right? Sell the team.
We got to fire the GM.
Get a whole new team.
We're going to,
cut every player except for like 3.
We can't get rid of the coach yet. We're going to have to just stick with him, because we're already paying the last 7 coaches we fucking hired on contract, because David Tepper is so rich that he just pays everybody $100 million, and he's like, fuck it. Take it. I don't give a shit. It's only money. I'm going to make $1 billion this year. Who cares? Which is a serious problem.
Yo, tell me how you really feel.
He's going to be paid for the next 6 years. Next 3-4 years, guaranteed money. We're still paying Matt Rule, and he is the head coach for Nebraska right now.
How long is his
6 years
contract?
So was Matt Rule's, but he's still getting paid guaranteed money this year.
Dude, I was actually just talking about him with your sister.
This is really bad. Frank Reich's getting paid, and he's not even coaching anywhere right now, and he's getting paid guaranteed money from us.
To sit on his couch.
We are still paying all of our coaches, okay? And our quarterback can't even throw for a first down more than 10 yards. It's bad. It's rough. I got nothing else to say because I'm getting already fired up. But yeah, this is bad. Anything else you want to talk about?
No, what game you want to hit?
I mean, we could hit majority of these games. A lot of upsets this week. This was upset century.
I don't think our records are looking too nice
this weekend.
If you want updates, our records are going to be right here and right here.
Yeah, I mean, we can go through it. I mean, did we both take the Dolphins on Thursday Night Football? I think I did. Yeah, that was not good.
I know we had a lot of similar
We
ones.
both took, so we both took the Dolphins. They were favored at home. Bills won, okay? Demolished them. Obviously, we know what happened there. We're just going to go right here. So Ravens huge favorites at home. Looking to bounce back and dominate a bad football team in the Las Vegas Raiders after losing to the Chiefs on opening night.
I think you took the Raiders.
No, I took the Ravens.
Are
I
you
took
sure?
the Ravens by the points, too. I took the Ravens.
Off camera, you said you're like, this is a game that the Raiders usually win. It's like a random week 2 game that they shouldn't win.
And it happened, and I watched it happen,
Yep.
and I saw in the fourth quarter when they were down 10 points, I saw the Raiders were plus 1,300. I was debating on putting $100 on it to win $1,300, and I should have. Because I took the Ravens in my survivor pool, and I'm already out. So that's great.
I feel like you're very angry this
I'm
episode,
pissed
John.
off. This was a fucked up week. Jaguars, Browns, I don't actually remember who I took.
I think I took the Browns.
Jaguars were home. I probably took the Jaguars to win this game, and the Browns came out and won.
I think I took
That
Browns.
was great.
I know our producer has them all written down.
Jets, Titans. Jets looked all right. They won against a pretty solid Titans defense.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Rodgers looked pretty good. Breece Hall looked great. Braylon Allen looked phenomenal. I mean, they got 2 good running backs there. Look for him to get more involved in the run game because Breece could be a legit receiver for this football team.
Jets had a block punt, too. First block punt of the season.
Aaron Rodgers' first win as a Jet, technically his second, if you count week 1 of last year because that technically goes on his record, even though he
Does that really?
Because he started the game. Yeah.
I thought it was whoever plays the majority.
No, because he started. He played 4 plays. He technically has that as a win.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that wasn't an upset. Jets were favored in that game on the road. They won. Vikings, Niners. Now Kevin got me pretty close to picking the Vikings because he was really annoying me with his Niners take, but I didn't. I know I took the Niners.
I'm sorry,
but I was
Niners
very
fans.
close
I'm
with taking
sorry.
the Vikings. Vikings won. They looked really good.
I told you too. I said I dare you to take the Vikings.
I should have just did it just for the memes, and it would have worked.
For the memes.
And it would have worked out because the Vikings looked way better than the Niners on Sunday.
Dude, Vikings haven't looked this good in a while.
Yeah.
Against the going up against a team like the Niners and coming out with the win. Honestly, they're sleepers. They're sleepers to make the playoffs and make a pretty decent.
And we said that they were going to be like last place in the NFC North. So far, this whole start to the season, I feel like I've been wrong on everything. Seriously, I feel like I've been wrong on absolutely everything. NFC South.
It's a weird season.
The Saints
it's a weird season.
Leading, which we knew the Bucs were going to be okay.
Yeah.
Falcons look shaky right now. In the NFC North, we expected the Lions to just, do really well in this. We expected the Packers and the Bears to be somewhat close, and the Vikings are now leading it at 2-0. Because Packers are 1-1, Lions are 1-1, Bears are 1-1, and Vikings are undefeated with Sam Darnold leading that division.
I never thought I'd hear those words come out of anybody's
Chargers are tied with the Chiefs right now at 2-0 apiece for the West.
Dude, JK, insane.
J.K. Dobbins is running the football very, very well.
He's the first Chargers rusher to have back-to-back 100-yard rushing games since 2016 with Melvin Gordon. In the last 8 years.
Which is crazy. I'm surprised Eckler's never done that.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
4 years.
I feel like Eckler was kind of more like receiving.
It was receiving.
I think he's done it receiving.
He's had, obviously, 100-yard rushing games, but just very inconsistently.
Yeah, not back-to-back.
Yeah.
But I think he's done back-to-back receiving 100-yard games.
I also saw a stat for the Niners that apparently they haven't won in Minnesota in 30 years.
30 years?
Since like 1992. That was the last time they won in Minnesota.
That's crazy. That's what, Steve Young, or was that still Joe Montana back then?
Oh, man, I think that might have been the change. I think Steve Young was the quarterback at that time in 92. I think that was the change.
I get a little iffy on when they switched.
I think that was Steve Young at that time.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Chargers, that was 10 years before we were born.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Dude.
Yeah, Niners aren't good when they come to Minnesota, apparently. And I literally said last year they didn't look great. They lost on Monday Night Football to Kirk Cousins and the gang. And you were like, no, Niners blowout. Give me them 50-0.
Do you think it would have made a difference if McCaffrey played?
Yes, I think it makes a difference in every game he plays. Sure. Yeah, I mean, definitely would have made a difference. But, I don't know. Yeah, I think if McCaffrey played, I think the Niners win this game. Probably just the flip the score. 23-17. I'm actually pretty sure I picked this exact score, just the opposite.
So I guess that's sort of a win.
Sort of a win.
Yeah.
Chargers absolutely pummeled the Panthers. We have no defense. We have no team. Herbert looked great. Then he got hurt, and I did not want to be known as a team that hurt a franchise quarterback because he was out of the game for a little bit and then came back. Because we was like with Tua, he came down and tackled and he slammed his head on the ground and then he was out. And it was like, oh, motherfucker. I was like, that sucks.
Do you think that's why the Jets didn't hurt Tom Brady?
What?
There's a play. Some guy on the Jets, like one of their linebackers, something had a clean hit at Tom Brady.
Oh, maybe you don't want
near
to
the
know
sideline.
the guy that hurts.
Yeah, like
Tom
near the
Brady.
sideline, like in the beginning of his career.
That's also Tom Brady.
No, it was beginning. It was like his first season starting.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh no.
And he could have he was going at him full speed, and then he let up or something, or just pushed him out of bounds.
Out, man.
Yeah, because I remember when he was on his terror in New England, everyone's like, this guy could have ended Tom Brady. He could have stopped Tom Brady before Tom Brady was Tom Brady.
Another injury news I'm seeing here is
more injuries.
Standout defensive tackle DeForest Buckner on injury reserve. So that's great.
What did he do?
He hurt something. This is ridiculous, man. Everyone is just on injury reserve. Everyone's hurt. What are we doing?
Bad quarterback play too.
Back to the games. Yeah, the Chargers are running the football really well. Quentin Johnston, I mean, this is how bad the Panthers defense is. We made Quentin Johnston look like fucking Jerry Rice yesterday, okay? 2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns, not one.
I think
2.
Quentin Johnston scored 1 time all year last year because we were calling for a bust for this man, and he scored twice yesterday. And hold on, I gotta get the yardage.
It's not too late to come to New York, John.
Hell nah. It's not that great here either.
Hey, Aaron Rodgers is
Quentin Johnson was
Josh
5
Allen.
for 51 and 2. But don't pick him up in fantasy because you're not going to see that very much so the rest of the year.
Pick him up, put him on your bench. If he does well again, throw him in.
And then just go hide in the closet and just come out later when the game's over. Seahawks Patriots, that was a great game. Went overtime. People were really calling for the Patriots to pull off that upset, and it almost happened.
Mm-hmm.
But then
Our producer ate 36 wings when it went to overtime because he was stressing.
Yep. I can still smell the barbecue, and that was 3 days ago. I know that we were kind of getting close to picking the Patriots slightly. I did want to take the Patriots points.
Mm-hmm.
So I just said, I was like, I'm going to cross my fingers. I'm going to pray to God that Geno doesn't turn the football over and that the Seahawks will take care of business in New England. And they did. JSN and DK Metcalf looked incredible yesterday. Tyler Lockett really wasn't part of the offense much. Kenneth Walker was out of this game, so Zach Charbonnet was the starting running back.
He scored.
Zach Charbonnet looks awful as a running back. Looks great running through the air. Caught all 5 of his targets, had a rushing touchdown at the goal line. Mm-hmm. DK Metcalf and JSN combined for over 40 targets.
Are you serious?
JSN had 19 targets yesterday. Okay.
How many catches?
Just believe that.
Damn, I wish I watched that game.
Yeah, no, JSN was insane. I'm actually trying to pick him up on our waivers right now. Jackson Smith and Jigba was 14 catches on 19 targets and 136 yards through the air.
What was DK?
I did not play against JSN. I did play against DK, though, so I can actually bring those up.
So that means he had 21 targets.
What do you mean?
Because you said they combined for over 40 targets. If he had 19, that means DK had 21.
No, yeah. Well, DK also had DK had 18. My bad.
Oh, okay. So just about,
almost 40. 13 for 158 and a touchdown. DK and JSN were on fire yesterday.
That is insane.
Back to some of this game, we'll go to the biggest shellacking, I'd say, of the weekend was the New Orleans Saints putting up 44 on the Cowboys in Dallas.
Saints might be it.
I am not saying anything good about the Saints.
Rashid
I'm going to
Shaheed.
stay away from that, so you can go ahead. I'm just going to stop talking shit about them for the time being.
Okay.
Because Derek Carr will eventually fuck this up at some point, so I'm just praying on that. But they're... Yeah, I mean, sure, when you put up 91 points in the first 2 weeks of the season, sure, it looks great, but it's only week 2, and, you know, when you come out with a scheme like that, most defense don't know how to cover it. Mm-hmm. The Saints are probably going to look good for at least the next 2 or 3 weeks, but they're going to play a team at some point, like week 6, 7, or 8, and they're going to fuck this up completely.
What happened to not talking shit about them?
You knew I had to.
You just talked shit about
it. I had to, of course. Yeah, but Kamara's the number 1 running back in fantasy. Nobody
Derek
can
Carr
stop
looked
him.
great.
Derek Carr looks like an MVP somehow.
Rashid Shaheed for a 96-yard touchdown.
The fucking cone in Derek Carr is an MVP candidate, an MVP frontrunner right now.
Currently in fantasy, he's quarterback 2. I believe I said this earlier in the video. If you haven't already, pick him up. He's probably on your waiver wires, unless someone picked him up after last week.
Quarterback 1.
I mean, dude, these 2 guys, at how they're playing right now, they deserve to be up there. Like they have to be. They honestly, I said this to you the other day. The quarterback play this year is so
It's
low.
terrible.
Like,
it wasn't great last year either.
But it's
not good
worse
this
than
year.
last year now.
We are putting
The
up
quarterbacks
record
that did
lows.
do good last year are just not.
We're putting up record low of touchdowns
I know.
in the first couple weeks.
It's going back to like a rushing league.
This is not great. Cowboys defense looked awful. Dak was trying to force it down the field, and he was throwing a lot of interceptions.
I mean, CD did have a pretty crazy touchdown.
Yeah, but then after that, he really wasn't involved in the offense. The run game was completely abandoned. The Saints were just getting everything they wanted. They've scored on every drive. On every offensive drive, it's been field goal or touchdown.
I mean, that's what you gotta do.
Yeah,
that's how you win football games.
Yeah.
Dude, honestly, the first week going into the season, Saints, they blow out.
My bad.
They blow out the Panthers. Everyone's like not thinking too much about them.
No.
Because like, okay, yeah, like it's the Panthers. You should win that game. Yes, you won by a lot. At the end of the day, it's the Panthers. And then you go into Dallas and beat Dallas. Dude, that's when you start turning heads and thinking, wow, Saints might actually it might be a turnaround year for the Saints. They might start going back to their winning ways.
We'll see.
For the first time in what?
They brought over
How long has it been since Drew retired? 4 years? 3 years?
Yeah, COVID year.
So yeah, like this is the 4th year since Drew's retired. They haven't been good really since he retired.
I love how all it took was they really haven't changed much of the offense.
No,
and,
they
they
haven't.
bring over the offensive coordinator for the Niners, and they start off hot.
There you go.
This will fall apart, definitely. I have no faith in the Saints at all.
Yeah, again, bro, what happened to not talking shit?
This was the offense they had last year. I have no faith in Derek Carr.
Give him an apology right now.
Keep this. I'm not. Apologize for what?
Because you said, I'll stop talking shit about them.
I will
and then
never
all you've been
give
doing so far is talking shit about the Saints.
And you're going to let me, because I'm a fucking Panthers fan and I hate the Saints. Just like you're a Giants fan, I'm not going to let you, I'm not going to give you, you want me, you should apologize to the Eagles then, or the Cowboys.
For what?
Exactly.
I just told the Cowboys that we need them to take down the Eagles because they them boys. They them boys.
Well,
you them boys.
Happens. Here's what's going to go on right now, because the Saints and Eagles play next week, and the Saints are probably going to kill that Eagles secondary really bad. Because the Eagles don't have a good secondary.
Is that an early prediction for you?
What? No, I'm not going to be surprised if the Saints beat them, because look at this.
Is John going to take the Saints?
Rashid Shaheed might have 3 touchdowns in the first quarter because the Eagles can't stop the fucking wind. So, yeah, we're moving on from that game. Definitely. But sure, you want to talk about Giants Commanders? I hope to God I took the Commanders in this. I don't remember.
I know I definitely did. And I'm happy that they won for our record-wise. But how... Like, I already knew the Giants were bad. I did. Outside of Singletary playing pretty well. Not like, amazingly, but, like, for Singletary, he played a good game. And I thought we really had a chance to win. But for, Neighbors dropping that crucial ball on 4th down. Even though he was having a great game, he had his first touchdown. I forgot how many receptions he had, but I know he had like 127 yards. 10 receptions,
127
and a touchdown.
On 25 targets.
Dude.
Oh, my bad. No, 18 targets.
What was it, 25 on the season?
Yeah. I got scared there for a second. 25 targets is actually...
Honestly, realistic.
That's not even like real.
No, that's realistic, because he's all
we
have.
Cooper Kupp had 21, and I was like crazy about that.
Yeah.
Like 25 for a rookie? What are we
doing? Giants are the first team in NFL history to lose a game
Tell them, baby.
while scoring 3 touchdowns, but they lose to a team that didn't score a single touchdown. We didn't score. I mean, they didn't score a single touchdown, the Commanders, and they beat the Giants. I am appalled.
We're in the same boat, bro.
I am appalled to even say I am from New York at this point.
The Giants and the Panthers.
Not even that I am a Giants fan. The fact that I'm from New York, I am appalled.
At least you guys are scoring touchdowns.
What's the point if you're not going to win games?
But then again, the Commanders is like the only team you're probably going to beat this year.
Probably.
So,
and we might beat the Panthers.
This was and us for sure. Yeah, we suck. But if Andy Dalton's playing, be scared.
Dude,
Red Rifle,
dude.
Rocket.
He's got a cannon on his arm. But like you said, at least you're scoring touchdowns. Would you be hyped if you were scoring 40 points a game but losing everything? Because at that point, we're scoring touchdowns, but who cares?
I just say we're playing everybody on their best week. It's like fantasy when you're putting up like 120, 130, but you lose to somebody who put up 140, 150. It's like we're just playing everybody on their good week, But we're still doing good.
Yeah, but still.
If you're putting up 40 points consistently, you're doing something great.
Yeah, but you're not winning.
Eh.
But also, if you're putting up 40 points consistently,
start winning.
Also, if you're putting up 40 points consistently, you're not winning. Something needs
Something needs to change.
Something in the league needs to change.
Yeah, I mean, Jane Daniels ran the ball well. Terry McLaurin got a little bit more involved in the pass game. They ran the ball, I guess, okay, but then again, they didn't score. They were having trouble in the red zone. It was all chip shot field goals.
Daniels did get injured too, but he did come back. Like,
oh, damn, that sucks. Sorry to hear that.
No, Jaden Daniels for the Commanders.
Oh. I get confused.
Not Daniel Jones. Honestly, I got confused too.
Daniel Jones.
Dude, I was when I was like thinking about like my notes and everything. I got confused. I was like, wait, which guy am I talking about? I wish I would not be saying that in such a monotone voice or tone if Daniel Jones got injured. If Daniel Jones got injured, bro, I'll be. We'd have champagne, candles, cake. Party poppers, fireworks, like firecrackers, anything you want. I'd have like a full catering. Like we'd throw a party. It would look like it's New Year's Eve in Times Square.
Yeah.
Like if Daniel Jones got injured, for the sake
do you think
of
the Giants just
the Giants, he needs to.
The Chiefs like your next like 5 first-round picks and like Neighbors and Dexter Lawrence. You think they'd give you Mahomes?
Probably. Probably.
I guess if you offered that much, like how did the GM look at that and be like,
no.
How do we?
Yeah, you have to.
How do we not?
Okay, look. Honestly, I'm willing to start a petition because our next 5 first-round picks are gonna be great. Give our next 5 first rounds.
5 first.
Our next 2 second rounds, and our next 3 third rounds, and
just all draft picks.
And Brian Burns for Patrick Mahomes.
Wow. Now that's
Brian Burns and Micah McFadden. There you go.
Way over.
For Mahomes.
I know it's Mahomes, but you just offered like 12 draft picks.
I don't care. Get someone good on our team. Please, Giants, get someone good on the team. I am sick of watching you guys fail week in and week out.
And he yelled at me for getting angry about the Panthers. Look at him. His blood is boiling.
I want to move.
Sad NFL fan, man.
I want to move.
This is just a bad.
I want to move to Kansas City. No, I want to move to Pennsylvania so I can say I'm a Steelers fan because at least we'll go 500 every year.
That's true. At least we'll not have a losing season. You know? Look back at it. Whoa. Anyway.
The Giants should change their team name to Pee Wee. Because Giants are supposed to be, big and powerful. But we suck. We're small and weak.
Yep. It's going to be a rough season this year.
And the Panthers should change the names to the kitty cats. To the kittens.
We don't even deserve that. Buccaneers went into Detroit and beat the Lions. And we both took the Bucs here in an upset. You all right?
Yeah.
Bucs look good, man. Offensively, Baker is
like we've been saying, MVP favorite.
MVP favorite. Him and Derek Carr are in there with Mahomes. It's weird to say, but sure.
Yeah.
I guess Baker more than
anything
Derek Carr,
could happen in 2024.
Yeah, Lions offense did not look great yesterday. I mean, Amon Ra was getting it, but Sam Laporta's not getting involved. I mean, J-Mo was okay. Demont and Gibbs were good, but I don't know. The defense was giving up too much, even though Aiden Hutchinson was having a day. Goff had over 300 yards.
Like the only one, though.
Turned the ball over. I don't know what's going on with the Lions right now. They don't look like themselves. They don't look like their team from last year.
Dude, they were the Super Bowl favorite. One of the Super Bowl favorites coming into the league.
They're my Super Bowl pick to win, and they're not doing well.
Oh no,
right now.
I have them going. I don't have them winning, but still, I have them competing for the NFC.
Yeah, and now the Lions are going on the road to Arizona next week. And I expect that game to be a bloodbath.
Yeah.
I expect it to be a high-scoring game both ways. I expect that Dan Campbell will get this team nice, coached up and ready for the offense to finally start scoring a lot of points and being like the Lions of old. Last year when they were scoring 30 points a game. So we'll see what happens. But the Bucs look good. They really do. I don't know what else you want me to say. Baker looks confident, looks great. Mike Evans was kind of a dud yesterday, but Chris Godwin's finally getting involved in the offense after Dave Canales said, we're going straight Mike Evans like last year. Chris Godwin's more involved in the offense. I like the rookie running back and Bucky Irvin. He's coming out looking good, especially if Rashad White tends to miss time or, when he's not on the field. But I got nothing else to say, but just they got to fix their stuff. But I feel confident the Lions will fix it going forward.
I just hope that if the losing does continue, it doesn't get back to, the typical Lions that we all know and love.
Mm-hmm.
That win maybe 4 games a year.
Yeah.
Because there's too much talent on that team to get back to that point.
No,
yeah, when they were at that point, they had like Matthew Stafford and like Calvin Johnson, Golden Tate. Like they had good players, but they never had this many good players all on the same team. So I'm just hoping for their career's sake, they don't go back down to those 4-win seasons.
No, they'll be all right. They'll be good.
And for everyone's mental state in Detroit, I can't imagine being down for that long and then finally showing some life and then just going right back.
No, they're not going right back. It's only week 2. They'll be
I know. I'm just saying.
They're playing good teams to start the year. And
I know.
Cardinals next week.
Dude, you gotta win. You gotta win games against good teams. If you want to be good, you gotta win games against good teams.
Bucs are a good team, and it was a close game. It's not like it was a blowout. It was
I know. But still, come playoffs, every team's a good team.
The Lions, brother, man.
What?
It's week 2.
So I'm looking into the
I don't
future,
understand
brother.
your argument.
I'm looking into the future. They gotta fix their losing.
Packers. That was a game. That was a little bit of a weird one.
I thought you were just gonna end it there. That was a game.
That was a game, and that's it. Yeah, Packers. Listen, Packers are a well-coached team. They got a good defense. I said that this was going to be a close game. I was close to taking the Packers just off of that. Josh Jacobs had 100 rushing yards in the first half. They ran the ball. The Colts knew what they were going to do, and they still couldn't stop the run. And Malik Willis had a touchdown pass, had over 100 yards passing. Like, he actually looked competent. And now Jordan Love has looked to come back next week, and they're going to be great. Anthony Richardson finally came back down to earth. Did not look great. Turned the ball over too many times. Jonathan Taylor got going a little bit, but the pass game was not there. Defense was all over it. And it's not looking good for the Colts going down the stretch. I mean, they got the Bears this upcoming week, which is going to be rough. At home, Bears defense just looks insane. They're stopping every quarterback. And Anthony Richardson, even though he will dot it up every now and then, 80 yards downfield.
It's just not consistent.
It's not consistent. And
like I benched him this week for Tua. I benched him this week for Tua. And yes, both quarterbacks did poorly. Anthony Richardson did beat Tua, but not by much. Anthony Richardson played the whole game. He had 9.9 points. Tua got taken out. What quarter did he get hurt? Third? Second?
Something like that. Maybe like early third.
Yeah, he missed basically the whole second half. And he only finished 4 points below.
And it was because Richardson threw that touchdown pass way.
Oh, I know. At the very end.
Yeah.
No, I know. Because Tua only had 5.5. And he didn't play nearly as much as Richardson did. Mm-hmm. So I'm disappointed because I thought I had one of the best stacks in the league with Richardson and Pittman. Mm-hmm. But they're not. Neither of them are really putting up any points in fantasy this year. They're not having the best seasons.
I am worried for Pittman really going forward because Richardson's not necessarily targeting him that much. Anthony Richardson for fantasy is going to be fine because he runs the ball really well. Pittman I'm scared with because he's not the deep threat for this team. They got a lot of other receivers that are going deep. The rookie, Donnie Mitchell, Alec Pierce. Pittman's not getting targeted that much. He's not catching a lot of passes. It's only week 2. I don't want to overreact, but I am scared going forward because when Anthony Richardson got hurt last year, Gardner Minshew came in and was feeding Michael Pittman, as the one. So he was great for fantasy last year. I am worried a little bit going forward, but the Packers are great. Obviously, we know the defense is great. Now Jordan Love's going to come back. The offense is going to be in full swing. Josh Jacobs does look good behind this O-line, running the ball really well. If you had either one of those running backs, and Jonathan Taylor and Josh Jacobs, you weren't mad fantasy-wise. Yeah. They were pretty good. All right, moving on to the second really big shellacking of the weekend where the Cardinals absolutely decimated the Rams. I know we kind of touched on this earlier. The Rams are kind of a mess offensively. Now going forward without Puka and Cooper Kupp. You got Tutu Atwell, Colby Parkinson, the tight end there.
And then Kyron Williams.
Kyron in the backfield, Tyler Johnson for receiver-wise. They lost... and they have Demarcus Robinson. Yeah, Demarcus Robinson, Tutu Atwell, Tyler Johnson is what you're looking at right now for the Rams starting receivers. And then you hope that Colby Parkinson gets in, mostly because I have him in my dynasty tight end, and I need him to do well. And he put up nothing for me this week.
Dude, even Kyron, like we talked about this earlier, Kyron didn't even do so hot this week.
I would just...
Like, it was a group effort.
Yeah. the injuries really put this offense on the back burner this week.
Mm-hmm.
I would just take this game and just throw it out, and we're gonna just move on here.
Mm-hmm.
Who do the Rams play this week? The Rams play. Oh God, they play the 49ers. That's rough.
Well, I mean, the 49ers just lost to the Vikings. So, to be honest, I don't know who I'm picking for that game.
Who the hell do the Rams throw the ball to, man? Unless Kyron comes out and scores like 3 touchdowns.
Maybe.
The Niners are going to sell out to stop the run. They're going to force Matt Stafford to throw it to all these guys. So I still like the Niners there, but we'll see. I think it's going to be a shellacking.
Shellacking.
Cooper Kupp and Puka.
Is that like the word of the day, shellacking?
Shellacking. Yeah, I mean, they're putting on a shellacking. What do you want me to do? A beatdown.
Okay.
Absolute beatdown. Cardinals look great. We knew this coming in. Kyler, Martin Harrison, that stack in fantasy and both in the NFL. Look great already.
And then you got Trey McBride, great young tight end.
And James
Conner
looks great. He's running the football really well. The defense, the only thing that really has problems, but they got after the Rams yesterday, man. So I don't know what to say.
They really did.
Cardinals are a good football team. So,
I feel like James Conner, though, his production is going to... What was that? I thought that was more injury news.
No.
I feel like James Conner is going to decrease as the season goes on because I feel like that's always what he does. He starts off so hot, like James Conner. He starts off so hot. He's running the ball great. He's getting in the end zone, and then at the halfway point, he starts. His stat line starts to go down a little bit. I don't know if that's like he gets tired halfway through the season or he's banged up and he continues to play. I don't know what it is, but he's not consistent throughout the whole year, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, he usually gets hurt every now and then. He's older.
Yeah.
But he's running the football really well. And they play the Lions next week, and I expect a shootout in Arizona next week.
That should be a good game.
Be a really good game. Steelers-Broncos, this was kind of a mess. It was really rough to watch in the late window.
Yeah.
The offense for the Broncos is just terrible. Steelers defense, though, 2 games in, looks legit. Against the Falcons and the Broncos, they're shutting down everything thrown their way. TJ Watt obviously looks like the Defensive Player of the Year favorite right now. Their secondary looks good. Linebacking core look great. The addition of Patrick Queen, you could see, has already bolstered this defense greatly. Justin Fields is competent enough to move the football a little bit. They were running the ball somewhat well. George Pickens had a few timely catches, but again was playing against Patrick Surtain, so we didn't really expect much from him.
Yeah. Bo Nix had the best post-game interview quote.
What did he say?
Probably within the last 5 years, they asked him, can you explain that pick in the end zone you threw? He goes, yeah, drop back, threw it to the other team.
Word.
That's it. That was his answer.
Simple.
I liked it. It gave Marshawn Lynch vibes.
Yeah. For fantasy-wise, I mean, Van Jefferson on the Steelers side and Josh Reynolds on the Broncos side.
Van Jefferson's on the Steelers?
Yeah.
Dude, I haven't heard his name since he was on the Rams.
No, they're both receiver 2 for the teams. Yeah, there's not much to talk about that game. That game was just kind of a defensive nightmare. Yeah. Really, but the Steelers were able to get the dub, and they're 2-0. Mostly because of their defense.
Good for them.
Sort of like the Bears, but they have a former Bears quarterback who looks somewhat competent in the offense.
Dude, I've always said that. Justin Fields is a good quarterback. He was just put into such a bad system with the Bears under Matt Nagy that anyone would have done poorly in that system. So I'm happy to see that Justin Fields is finally starting to, I don't want to say break out, but start to...
No, definitely not break
Start
out.
to enhance his game a little bit.
We'll see. We'll see if Mike Tomlin can be a good quarterback coach for him.
Hopefully.
Although Arthur Smith is there, and I really want to talk shit to him, but he's 2-0, so I can't really say much.
I mean, the Saints are, and you talked so much shit about them.
Yeah, but they're the Saints. I can talk shit as much as, I could talk shit about them anyway. Because they're never going to win a Super Bowl ever, so it's fine.
I hope they win this year so that we could go back to this and you could eat your words. Another bet. This one's far-fetched.
I'm happy to take this back.
If the Saints win the Super Bowl this year, you have to do that pod, like the end of the year pod, in a Saints jersey.
That's fine.
And you have to post photos on Instagram of you repping it.
Okay. I'm fine with that. I'll happily do that. Yeah, because the Saints ain't no damn Super Bowl.
No, I don't think they are either. But if they do, because you said that, that's what you gotta do.
They ain't win no damn Super Bowl. Chiefs Bengals. This is a high scoring affair. Bengals look somewhat good in this game. I expect the Chiefs to run away with this game. This was one of Patrick Mahomes' worst games he's played in his career. This was the lowest yardage he's ever thrown in a football game. When he played all 60 minutes. This was one of his worst games of his career. really, and they looked awful on offense despite the touchdown pass to Rashee Rice, and Isaiah Pacheco was running the ball somewhat well, but they were kind of all over the place. Travis Kelce had a really bad football game again. 2 weeks in,
dude, he's on his way out.
It's not him. He was wide open in most cases.
No, I know,
and
but
he was not getting the ball.
Still, I feel like like he said, he's definitely taken a beating and it's taken a toll on his body. Dude, he's on his way out. He doesn't have too many more. I don't give him more than 3 more years. I don't give him more than that. Because he's already 35 years old.
I'll be surprised if he plays another 3 years. Yeah, definitely. But
yeah, right?
It's not really his fault. He's not taking a beating 2 weeks in. He hasn't caught the ball at all.
No, I'm not. I'm saying based off last year, those are still lingering.
Yeah.
The beatings are still lingering.
I guess, but he was wide open multiple times.
No, I know.
Mahomes wasn't even throwing the football.
I know.
Do you know?
Kind of. I saw a few plays.
All right.
I saw Jamar Chase get mad.
Yeah, Jamar Chase is a little bitch punk diva.
I would have thrown him out of the game for that right then and there.
Was getting mad at everything, and he's pissed. He took out a $50 million insurance claim on him and his body. So we'll.
What makes me happy though is that he is, obviously he doesn't care. It's clear he doesn't care about his team anymore. And I remember it came out, he said, he's not talking to them anymore about, contract extensions or something, which means he'll probably be on a new team next year. But since he's played the first 2 weeks, all these, if, he comes out against it, but I'll just hold out, he's bluffing. Because you're not going to be oh, yeah, I'm going to hold out, play 2 weeks, and be oh, I can still hold out. No, you're not.
But it doesn't even matter because the Bengals, Joe Burrow looked okay, and he was throwing the ball all over the place.
Joe Burrow, for the people saying Joe Burrow's better days are behind him, John.
What?
You guys are wrong. Joe Burrow just went toe for toe. I know Patrick Mahomes had a bad game,
he does
but
well
he just
against
went
the Chiefs.
toe
I don't
for toe
expect
with the best quarterback in the league right now. His better days are not behind him.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
Because he usually does well against the Chiefs for whatever reason. But again, when you lose to the Patriots week 1, I don't want to hear nothing. And I don't expect this going forward. And we'll see. If they lose to Washington on Monday night, then you can
honestly,
eat
I kind of
those
hope they
words.
do because I just don't want Jamar to do well.
Well, I'll tell you this, because Jamar Chase sucked this Sunday. He did not do well. So he can hold out as much as he wants.
How many
Joe
points
Burrow
did he
was
have?
able to do
What was
whatever
his
he
final
won it. He had 4 catches for 35 yards. It was not great at all.
Yeah.
Jermaine Burton, the rookie, had more yards on 1 catch than he did. Mike Gesicki looked great, 7 for 91. Tight end option in fantasy. If you're looking for him, he'll definitely be on waivers going forward. Andrea Yoshivas, only 2 for 7, but scored twice. This is definitely their rookie.
Wait, he had 2 catches for 2 touchdowns?
Yeah. 2
That's
catches
efficient
for 2
right there.
touchdowns on 7 yards, yeah. That is efficient. Yeah,
That's a great stat line. 2 for 2.
Yoshivas is definitely their star-studded rookie that they liked in camp when they drafted him. Looking great. Obviously, I have Jermaine Burton on my Dynasty taxi squad right now.
Okay.
And I was not too happy when they came out a couple weeks ago saying that Burton is not good. We don't like him. He doesn't look great in camp. And then they were just hyping up Yoshivas, saying, this guy is just the man. He's the GOAT. Whatever. They both looked okay. So it doesn't really matter if Jamar Chase holds out or whatnot. I don't know what to make of T. Higgins coming back. Apparently people think that he's holding out on a fake injury.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Dude, could you imagine next year the Bengals
it's
completely new offense?
It's a very toxic environment
now.
It's a very toxic
and
environment.
honestly, it's sad to see because the Bengals were so good and they were like the Chiefs were a few years ago. You just waiting for them to win the Super Bowl. You knew they were going to. You just waiting. But honestly, I don't really think they have a shot at all anymore because it seems like the chemistry's off. Obviously, no one wants to be there. Players are holding out. Players are faking injuries. The Bengals are they're like a throw under the rug team this year, I feel like.
No, it's not great. It's really not great.
It's not a good environment to be in.
And I took the Ravens and the Browns in 2 separate parlays to win the division this year. Ravens and Bengals are 0-2 right now. Browns are 1-1, but the Steelers are leading this division at 2-0, which is just a rough sighting because we said Steelers were going to finish last in this division.
Wow.
Chiefs, on the other hand, Patrick Mahomes did not have a great game. Only 151 yards through the air. He threw 2 interceptions.
That's the lowest he's ever thrown when he's played the full game.
When he's played the full game is 151.
That's honestly kind of crazy. Because
that's low.
No, I know it's low, but there's quarterbacks like Caleb Williams. He threw 93.
That's Caleb.
I'm pretty
I
sure
knew you were gonna bring up like a dumb name. Like
I'm pretty sure Daniel Jones is thrown lower than that.
again, Daniel Jones.
Tua's thrown 71.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, Tua. Not good at football.
the guy who led the league in passing last year.
Yeah. Not good at football when you have Tyreek Hill and you have a track team on your fucking thing. When you
It don't matter.
When you have a track team as your offense,
So,
yeah.
He uses it. He uses it right.
It was a fluke. It was a fluke in the system. Was not. It's not like you threw for 5K last year. You threw for like 40-something yards, and the all quarterback play was not great last year.
Wait. No. Hold up.
What?
Oh my God.
Oh, didn't you bet him to take the over?
Wait.
They might void it.
Oh, that's not. Where is it?
Breaking news.
I have Tua in the 4,000K passing
Oh, that's rough.
parlay.
That's done.
And I have Burrow.
Oh, you're done. You are so done.
Fuck.
I mean, Burrow might barely get there, if that, but Tua's done. He's out the next 6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks, so you're done.
I was really confident that was 5 to pay 128.
That's over. But they'll probably void that though.
Why would they?
Because he's out. That's a season long bet. It's not like a game bet. So
Yeah, but still, I feel like say Joe Burrow breaks his ankle and he's out.
We'll see.
Then I wouldn't void that.
We'll see how bad they want to be. We'll see how nice they want to be. Listen, man.
DraftKings, please void that.
You put your money in. You should expect just pain. All right, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, I didn't expect Tua to go, limp again.
It is what it is, man.
Man.
Yeah.
I was confident in that.
Anyway, Chiefs offense did not look great. Travis Kelce, 1 catch for 5 yards. It was bad. Rashee Rice just looks like an absolute superstar. Xavier Worthy, the rookie, came back to earth. We found out Hollywood Brown is going to be out for the year. So Xavier Worthy, everyone thought he was going to get more juiced up in the offense. No, definitely not. One carry for 5 yards and then 2 catches for 17 yards. On 4 targets.
It's week 2. Give him time.
It's week 2.
He's not gonna go off every game.
Yeah,
he's not gonna.
After the 2 touchdown games.
He had a great breakout game,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously he's not gonna do that every game.
Yep.
So now he's gonna start. We're gonna really start seeing who he's gonna be as a player.
Mm-hmm. Isaiah Pacheco, 19 carries for 90 yards on the ground, but now he's out. Yep, with an injury. And then again with and I always say this, and everyone who watches the Chiefs play, especially in prime time like this, how they win on penalties, and the flags come out, and everyone's annoyed about it. Now I'll be the first one to say I hate when the Chiefs win on penalties. Mm-hmm. They usually do. You
hate when anyone wins on penalties.
Yeah, you don't like the way that it does. You don't like when it happens, but it does happen mostly for the Chiefs. Mm-hmm. But yesterday, I will say that was definitely a pass interference call. That was the right call. 4th and whatever it was, I forget. And he was throwing to Rashee Rice. And the defender was I think the Bengals.
Are you just saying that because you have him in fantasy?
Well, I mean, I won anyway, so
he stuttered.
Nice.
He stuttered.
No, because the Bengals defender, I think they were a little excited because they were potentially going to win the football game.
Yeah.
And the defender jumped on his back before the ball even got to him. It was not.
He just couldn't compose himself.
Yeah. It was all over him. Yeah. So I agree with the call.
You see it time and time again in those situations.
Mm-hmm.
The defense just gets a little jittery.
It just sucks, and I'll tell you right now, I fucking hate when the Chiefs win on penalties, and I'll tell you right now when it is not a right call, and the majority of them are not right calls. But yesterday was a right call. I agree with the refs on that one. Even though the memes are already out saying the Chiefs are winning, Mahomes making out with the head ref like usual. So Chiefs got away with a good one, with a close one there. They'll be fine going forward. Chiefs got the Falcons, I believe, on Sunday Night Football next week. So that'll be fun.
That could be a good game.
In Atlanta, I think.
Ooh.
Let's see.
What games haven't we covered?
Sunday Night Football in Atlanta. Yep.
Nice.
That should be good. Yeah, I mean, the Sunday Night Football game, we kind of touched on it. Just the Bears just don't look good. Texans look fine. They're going to be great. They play a really good offense.
Collins definitely solidified himself as the pure number 1 receiver this week.
Yeah, he was looking like Andre Johnson.
No, I know.
In the first half.
Dude, they compared him to it during the game.
He was just running people over.
No, yesterday. I know. I love how, everyone, including us, including me, we were saying, oh, yeah, No one knows who's going to be the true number one, blah, blah, blah. Stephon Diggs is okay. Collins is taking off. Tank Dell is basically non-existent. Mm-hmm. And then Dalton Schultz is, he's a tight end.
No, I mean, we said that Nico was going to get more than the other
I
three.
had hope, though, for Diggs.
Oh, I know. You were big on Diggs.
I was big on Diggs.
was going to be the one. I was like, nah. I was like...
But also, I was not expecting Tank Dell to be doing as bad as he's been doing.
I said it's going to be like a 1A, 1B, and then Tank Dell. And we're 2 weeks in, Tank really hasn't done anything.
I'm surprised he started off so poorly.
And then Diggs, Diggs is the red zone threat in every game. Every game, you look for... Diggs is not going to be the, 20 to 20 kind of guy. That's Nico Collins.
No, Collins
he's going to get majority of targets and yards in that sort of side of the field. When you get to the red zone, though, and then you get to the end zone, he's going to be looking for Diggs. Yeah. He's going to be looking for Nico as well. Tank, again, it's tough.
You got to change some things, Tank. Too, I know. I benched him this week, and I'm happy I did.
You're banking on that big, deep threat touchdown like Rashid Shaheed. But Rashid Shaheed is at least the first or second option in that offense. Tank Dell's the third option in this offense.
No, I made the decision to bench him, and I'm really happy I did because he didn't really put up anything.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I was, when I was watching the game, you only heard his name, like, maybe 3 times the whole game.
Yeah.
Like, he was just out there just to stand there.
No, it wasn't great. It wasn't that involved. But then again, the Texans' offense wasn't great in the second half, regardless. Yeah. It was shut down, held to a field goal. On the Bears side, Keenan Allen should be back next week.
Caleb
hopefully
and the O-line need to really the whole offense needs to get their shit together.
Yeah.
Mainly the O-line, you got to give Caleb time to read the field and throw to the receivers.
This offense needs to figure it out. They're on the road in Indianapolis next week, so we'll see how that goes. Now with DeForest Buckner out, at least that will relieve some pressure on the D-line.
They got a defensive rookie of the year prediction.
Caleb's just got to breathe, man. He's got to, relax. He's just got to throw his ball, read
Once he gets out, he does the hard part when he's getting rushed with avoiding the sacks. He got out of. Honestly, they should have sacked him probably 5 more times than they did on Sunday. On Sunday. So he's good at avoiding it, but then he just needs to find a receiver, plant his feet, and throw. He was running to the right, and then for some reason just threw the ball all the way across field, cross body, to the opposite sideline, and the DB looked like he was the receiver. He hit a perfect back shoulder to the DB. Yep. I watched, my jaw dropped watching that. I'm like, how do you even think that could be a good decision? It just doesn't make sense.
Hopefully they fix it going forward.
Hopefully. I get it, he's young, but dude.
We got to change this offensive scheme, and the line needs to block better. Yeah. That's really the main takeaways. And then we already talked about the Monday night game. Eagles got to fix the defense, and we need A.J. Brown back quickly.
Yeah.
But I think that's it for Sunday and Monday's game.
Think so.
That's it for the weekend. Yeah, that's all I got. Anything else you want to add?
No, just go follow the other socials.
Yeah, go follow our TikTok. We
link in bio, I think.
Almost hit. I really wish we would have took Jalen Hurts to score a touchdown.
Yeah, my bad.
It's all good. Hopefully we'll hit on the Thursday night game. We're gonna talk about the Thursday night game soon, so look for that video to come out. Make sure to follow the TikTok, Instagram, Spotify. Go check out our other videos on the YouTube channel. 50 subscribers, that's great. Now look to get another 50 more, make it 100.
Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your dog, tell everybody.
Share it all. All right, and that's all I got for you today.
Yep.
Anything else?
That's all I got.
All right, see you in the next one.
Peace.